most likely approach these issues from the experience of public health workers. I'm going to approach it from the experience of teachers and education workers in the public sector. Una, yung contractualization ko, yung job order. Bigay ng data yung Civil Service Commission regarding the number of job orders under the Aquino administration. At nabahala po ako dahil ang sabi nila sa amin, noong 2012, may 206,120 na job orders sa buong bansa ang gobyerno. Pero noong 2014, 2 years later, umabot na ito sa 337,948. An increase of 131,828 or 63, almost 64%, a 64% increase in job orders in just 2 years, no? So, and considering that we have, according to the civil service, 1.4 million daw yung regular government employees natin, dagdagan natin ng over 300,000 job orders. So we're talking about 20% of the workforce of government who are actually not considered as employees of government. Kasi itong mga job order, alam nyo naman, no employer-employee relationship. No? So maraming mga implikasyones to para sa karapatan ng mga job order na yun na nga, wala silang full benefits and so on and so forth. Yung politicization, pag-politicize sa civil service. Dahil alam natin, pag job order ka, you serve at the pleasure of the appointing officer. Tapos malapit ng eleksyon. Alam natin na yung mga job order, lalo na sa mga LGU, they're expected to campaign for their LGU officials. Yung corruption. So, malala po ang problema nito at malinaw sa datos na lalong lumala sa ilalim ng kasalukuyang administrasyon. Ang nangyari po nung nakaraang administrasyon, the Civil Service Commission used to issue guidelines pertaining to the job orders and contracts of service. In the early 2000s, issued certain resolutions and memorandums seeking to regulate the use of job orders and contracts of service by government agencies. Because ang understanding sa mga job order or contract of service, hindi nga sila empleyado, so yung oras nila ay hindi kontrolado ng opisina at hindi rin sila under direct supervision of the agency. Gano'n, no? So, ang point ko rito, may mga malinaw na guidelines and prohibitions na inilatag ng Civil Service Commission. Pero ano rin ang nangyari sa resolution nito at sa mga memorandum na nakabatay dito sa ilalim ng Civil Service at that time? Kinuwento sa amin kanina ng Civil Service Commission na because of strong lobbying and opposition, particularly by local government officials, inatras po. No, so ni-revoke ni Chairperson David mismo yung mga resolution na to. Sabi na, okay, hindi na. And then they said, ang naging patakaran nila, since they have no employer-employer relationship, job order, and contract of service are actually not under the jurisdiction of the Civil Service Commission, but under the jurisdiction of COA. No? So kayo raw po, tinuro sa inyo. No? Kaya po sa totoo lang, while I appreciate the earlier expressions of sympathy of the new chair of COA for the plight of job orders, sa totoo lang, this is on you. No? The situation we're in, where we now have 20% of the government workforce as job order, that happened under your not you personally, but under the COA's watch. No? So, and nasa inyo ang kapangyarihan right now para iwasto ito. Kasi po ang nangyari, nung binitawan na ng Civil Service Commission yung jurisdiction nila, yung BOLA, with regard to job order, nawala na po, as far as I know, wala na po ngayong any clear policy or guidelines on the proper use of job orders and contracts of service in government. Unless I'm mistaken, meron po ba kayong issue na mga guidelines similar to what was earlier issued by the Civil Service Commission? Meron po ba kayong issue at all?
As far as I know, Your Honor, wala naman. We don't have any, we don't have any issue with that.
Okay, precisely yun nga ang problema. No? So, binitawan ng Civil Service Commission dahil umalma yung mga LGU officials, pinasa sa inyo, wala na kayong nilabas na guidelines. Kaya ano nangyari? Ang nangyari po, rampant abuse by national government and local government agencies of job orders and contracts of service. No? Kaya nga yung sa karanasan namin, yung mga teachers, no? DepEd sa national government agencies, yung mga kindergarten teachers nila, volunteer, job order, no employer-employer relationship, yung Department of Health, at alam to ni Congresswoman Pakis, yung mga nurse, yung mga doktor, job order. No? So they're performing regular functions. So kaya po ang hamon ko sa inyo ay kailangan maglabas kayo. No? And my suggestion is hindi kailangan pag-usapan ito ng pag-aralan ito matagal kasi may mga nilatag na naman eh. So, I mean, I think kailangan po may malinaw na patakaran muna yung gobyerno. Ito lang ang pwede, ito hindi. Pag regular, hindi pwedeng job order. Pag regular in function, hindi pwedeng job order. And then that will be the basis for planning and budgeting. So, ibig sabihin nito, kailangan yung DBM maglaan din ng plano ng pondo for contractual employees of government, no, in the absence of, let's say, wala talagang plantilla item, may provision, meron naman paraan, di ba? Pwede ka naman, ang ahensya pwede mag-hire ng contractual with employer-employer relationship. Limitawan po at hindi ginampalan ng COA ang kanyang tungkulin sa kasong ito dahil hindi kayo kailanman nag-issue ng mga guidelines kaugnay sa tamang paggamit ng job order at contract of service sa government service. Kaya po nakita natin kung paano tumobo ang bilang ng mga ito sa ilalim lalo na ng kasalukuyang administrasyon. So, again, ang hamon ko po, issue na pa po kayo sa lalong madaling panahon ng mga guidelines.
Perhaps I can discuss this with the CSC, maybe a joint circular para walang issue. Maybe with DBM also in terms of saan ipapasok sa budget, no? Whether it's MOE or BS. That's something we can say that we're willing to do. No? And siguro kausapin namin ng CSC on this since we do have to talk to them on a number of issues anyway. So isama ko na ito.
Well, sana po maging priority or urgent issue po ito dahil para sa akin nga, 60% increase in the job orders in the last 2 years, ano talaga yun? Para sa akin, may problema yun para sa punto de vista ng mga karapatan ng mga empleyado, sa punto de vista ng publiko. Dahil ang government service natin is essentially being delivered by non-government, non-civil service. No? Now, the second point I'd like to raise, again, yung mga disallowances, lalo na dun sa mga benefits na sa punto de vista ng mga public sector unions natin, pinaglaban nila yan, no, through collective negotiation or, you know, just yung tinatawag namin sama-samang pagkilos. Tapos, yun na nga, mula ng Kung Aquino administration ay naging very active ang Commission on Audit sa pag-issue ng mga notice of disallowances both sa mga national government agencies and GOCCs at saka sa mga LGUs, no, sa mga benepisyong binibigay nila. Pero ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung mga additional benefits ng mga outback and fire employees. Well, actually, ang gusto ko na lang pong mahingi sa inyo ay kung maaaring mabigyan kami ng kaninang ginamit na term ni Commissioner Mendoza, schedule. A schedule of, does that mean a summary? A list of the disallowances of rank and file benefits, whether in NGAs, in GOCCs, or in local government units. So, maaari po ba mabigyan tayo ng schedule or summary of these disallowances? Well, kasi nga gusto namin magkaroon ng idea kung, kasi mula sa punto de vista ng mga public sector yun, these are setbacks.
Baka po pwede na, disallowances on the employees' benefits per cluster siguro or per sector. Sa mga corporation, sa mga national, sa local, kasi summaries lang po. Kasi kung pag ginawa po natin ito individual, depende po kasi ang appeal po minsan. Tandaan niya po ang file. So, it increases the number po. So, napakarami po. Sobrang dami po talaga. Parang katulad po kanina nung pinag-uusapan din namin na pumayag na siya na hindi yung audit report na lang kasi nakaka-worry lang po namin. If we bring in the documents, talaga pong babahain pa kayo.
Yeah, I'm not asking for the documents themselves, just for a summary, kahit yung title lang, tsaka yung amount.
Ganito siya lang po. Meron lang po ako pwede ko
Sa parang
suggest.
table of contents.
Opo. Isa-suggest ko na lang po sa inyo kung okay po ba. Kasi ang pagkaintindi ko po, gusto niyo lang po naman tingnan yung baseline ano po or just a basis for ano. Baka po pwede yung currently in the city right now. The commission proper. Yung naka-appeal po sa current na commission proper. So,
Kasi bakit po umabot ng panel?
1 week lang po. Before plenary, that's reasonable.
Tagal pa yun.
Opo. Salamat po na
Maraming salamat.